Yeah, we got a countdown.
I'll let you do the intro.
3, 2, 1. Let's get this thing popping. Look, we back again because the streets needed it. It's your boy Chips Ahoy with the man 50 grand is Scott Stockton, and obviously it's Elmer Escobar with TNK Photo, and we back to flash more people. All right, so welcome to episode 5. We got some business to tend to. We want to talk about MagnetMod today, but we also need to get into some shenanigans, tons of shit like that, because who doesn't like shenanigans? You ever watch Super Troopers?
Shenanigans. What's that place with the goofy shit on the walls?
Shenanigans, yeah. Ooh, I'm about to pop this red.
Go for it. While you do that, I'm going to say one thing that we were discussing is we're probably going to start filming on Mondays. I know we kind of sort of agree to it because at least I thought it's a good idea because we can kind of recap what we did over the weekend, what we shot over the weekend, what we learned, what we saw, the shenanigans that we ran into that weekend. So I think, if we can set a schedule, do it on Monday and either upload it Monday or upload it Tuesday, I guess. Either way, however we can get it up.
I'll say Tuesday because by the time difference between you and me, and once we record it, I'll cut it up that night and then ready to go, babies. Every Tuesday morning, y'all going to have a fresh podcast in the oven. You're just going to open the door.
Is that an official announcement? Tuesdays now? Tuesdays?
Tuesday mornings, prepare your eyes because you about to get flashed.
Exactly.
And let me prepare the guests real quick. So behind the wall that's behind me is a bathroom. And my son has been in there absolutely destroying the plumbing for the last 30 minutes. And he's listening to YouTube. So I'm hoping, this is a very nice mic. I'm hoping it's not too sensitive and it's not picking up all the flushing and whatever he's got. I mean, I don't know what he ate, but I'm hearing whistling noises in there. I don't know what's going on in there.
I think luckily, I don't think we hear anything. At least I don't, anyway.
Okay, because I'm hearing all sorts of demons in there.
I think we're safe because last week they were making a shit ton of noise, and we didn't hear anything when I was re-listening to it.
Okay, sweet. And I want to see before we get going, I got to figure out this stupid soundboard because.
We were having issues with that too.
Yeah, no, we're gonna figure this out. Hey guys, we're back. Thank you. We appreciate you being along for the ride with us. Wow, okay. Settle down. That was a long cheer.
There we go.
Simmer down. We got to tell them, pace yourselves. We just started. Yeah, exactly. So hey, let's get into it, man. How you been?
Good. Actually, you know what? Yesterday we shot, I'm gonna call it the smoothest wedding, and I don't call it easy because no wedding's easy, but it was the smoothest wedding we've ever shot, easily.
I need to hear more.
Yes. So we had a 3:30 start time. So we got there at 2:50 just because we don't play games with traffic. So we left super early. Got there at 2:50. I knock on the bridal suite and I go, thinking there's no one in there. I thought we were going to put our stuff in there and go walk the grounds because I was going to show one of our shooters. He hadn't been there ever, actually. That was his first time he was assisting, helping me out. So we're putting our stuff down and we're going to walk the grounds. We knock on the door and, hello, the bride's right in there. I'm like, oh, okay. To me, I go, all right, screw it. Let's get started. Let's get started. I'm like, we'll be back in 10 minutes. We're going to walk around a little bit. And so we started at 3 p.m. And what that did is it set us up for a smooth day. I mean, that was part of it, obviously, just getting ahead of the game. So that way we can do the first look a little bit earlier and all that. But also just a very easygoing couple. Really, really nice. I just posted a photo actually just now, right before we got on from their wedding. Yeah. And it was just real. And also working with the venue. I'm sure you run into this. Venues that you shoot with consistently. So this is Padua Hills in Claremont. Not only it really is a freaking beautiful venue, but everyone there is a team player, and that just how that goes. It just makes your day so much easier.
Was that the photo that you just posted? Was that the venue? The photo you just posted
with the little arch, or you can't really see the arch, but it's kind of like a little outlook thing where they're kind of on the edge.
Yeah, I'm looking it up right now. With you use Flash, right?
Yeah. So on that one, we used bare flash because as we were about to shoot it, it looked beautiful. We were going to use something like an umbrella or a softbox to soften everything and just make it look nice. And then as soon as we bring them out, of course, the sun peaks right out of the clouds. And now, I need all the power that I can get out of it. So we ended up going with bare flash. It still looked good. It still didn't kill it by using that. But the original plan was to use softer light. And then when that came out, it's like, okay, you have to understand, adjust, and use more power.
Yeah, man, that's a tight looking venue, man.
Dude, we shoot there quite a bit, and I'm not mad at it because it really is just, it's laid out very well too. So it's like if they're getting ready in different locations, the groom can be getting ready on a completely different side. The bride has a bridal suite in a completely other end, and we can do photos separately until we bring them together if there's a first look or not.
Yeah.
And you said you were second shooting this weekend.
Yeah, and I'm not going to do that shit again. What a piece of piss that was. I'm not happy about it. And I'm going to dive into that. But I will say, before we jumped on here, your boy was getting a little hangry because I've been doing that intermittent fasting bullshit. And I tried. I was going to push it today. I was going to go the whole day without eating. And then dinner came, and my brother was here, and he ordered a shit ton of Greek food, DoorDash, right? Uh-huh. So I don't know which kid it was. I don't know which one it was, but I just ate the ass out of one of their leftovers in the fridge. It's done. It's done for. All that's left is the styrofoam holder. It's like I can go all day doing it, and then I'll break at night. I got to stop doing that shit.
You got to stop doing that bullshit because this is what I've told you. And listen, I'm not a nutritionist. I don't know what the hell works for everybody. I feel like if you're going to eat 2,000 calories or 1,600 calories, whatever you're trying to aim at, and you're going to eat it all at once, why don't you just space it out so you don't want to kill someone all throughout the day? So instead of eating, 1,600 calories all at night, you can eat, 500 here, 600 there. Like, so you kind of space it out. That's my school of thought has always been feeding yourself throughout the day so you don't get hungry or angry or your blood sugar drops, all that. But, I know different people have different methods. That's what's worked for me for 20 something years.
Yeah, I'm just like, so I'm down 41 pounds. Who's counting? And I'm just excited about losing the weight. Hold on. I don't have it. Down now? 41 pounds. Who's? Thank you. That must be all 40 of our subscribers right there.
I don't know if we have that many.
No, we don't. God bless them. But I've just gotten addicted to losing the weight. So now I'm just like, I try to stretch it and push it because I still got another 20 to 30 I want to get rid of before it's flood season. And you know what I'm talking about.
I know what you're talking about.
But you know what? We'll dive into some. My weekend, I was a local photographer. You know Tristan, right?
Mm-hmm.
Tristan Nicole Photography. If you're out there listening, guys, don't go follow her. She's rubbish. But she was supposed to go second shoot for somebody, and she couldn't make it. She had to cancel because she's got to watch her kids. And so the guy was in a bind. So I was like, you know what? I'll help out. I ain't second shot in forever. I didn't have shit to do. I was like, fuck it. I'll swing through. And it's hard going from a primary where you run the show and get all the dope shots to taking a back seat. So it just sucked.
See, I'm gonna help you out with that. At least I think I will second shoot from time to time, and I fucking love it because I'm taking all the pressure off. I'm taking all the stuff that we have to do, but that's not necessarily the fun stuff, like shooting families and wedding, the whole wedding party and stuff like that. It's very important. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that, but it's not like what we're looking forward to shooting. What we're looking forward to shooting is more the creative stuff. So to me, when I second shoot, I know that I'm probably not going to have as much, couple session because I'm going to be taking care of details, taking care of, all that. So I almost try to have fun with the guests. I try to engage with them a little bit more. I try to look for candid moments. Like I look at parents, if grandparents are there, I'm like staring at them, getting as many shots as possible. So I look at it almost like a nice challenge of how documentary style can I shoot this wedding as much as possible. And, you can still do off-camera lighting when you have the groom and the groomsmen and stuff like that. Because what I tell our second shooters, as soon as you get there, set up your light stand and just have it set up. Because at any moment you have it ready to do a silhouette or to do like a wide shot or do something fun. So I look at it from that perspective. And then I also look at it from another perspective, is every time I go to second shoot, I go, where is an area where I can give my team advice where things could be done a little bit better? So like I'll follow the protocol that we have. And then I go, you know what, even though I've been teaching them to do this, this is actually a little bit easier, or this is actually a little bit better. And then I come back with that information to them. So it's always, I'm not an analytical person in most of my life, but when it comes to work, I think I dive into it pretty deep.
Yeah, no, I'm just greedy. I just wanted bride and groom photos for myself.
Ego.
But the planner kept coming out. She's like, we need to hurry this up because I got to get Shorty upstairs and bustle her for the entrance, right? Mm-hmm. So I knew that there was a time crunch, and because of that, I knew that I wasn't going to get tagged in for the bride and groom portion. And at that point, I was like, all right, whatever. And I went and laid down on the steps and took a little nap.
But this is the same advice that I gave you, is if you had a second shooter, you wouldn't want them to be so overzealous about getting bride and groom shots. You would be like, hey, go and get the details, go and get candidates, go and get groups, because that's the stuff that as a lead, you're not going to be able to get. So it's almost like you have to know what position you're playing that day and be okay with it. You know what I'm saying? And if you don't like it, you just like you said, don't do it again, because it may be more than what you want to take on.
I guess it's ego, but I will say
there's nothing wrong with it. It's just, once we admit it, we can either mitigate it or go, no, you know what? I don't want to mitigate it. I'm not going to second shoot anymore.
The highlight of my day, probably the highlight of my weekend, was when the violinist decided to steal a case of beer at this wedding.
I wasn't sure if you were going to bring it up.
Fuck it. I don't know her. Listen, a violinist that is 60. Shorty was out there playing the strings nice during the ceremony, and God bless her. But the planner, because I've shot at this place before, the planner's like, she's like, we got a problem outside. And I was like, what's the problem? She's like, can you come with me? She said, the violinist is trying to steal a case of beer. A 60-year-old woman. And this is a true story. And if the violinist is watching, shout out to you. Maybe next time, just start with, you could have went for like a bottle of bourbon. That's a little smaller than carrying out a case of beer, dog. And so the planner's like, can you come help me? So I walk outside. I put my hands on the case of beer. I was like, you can't leave with this. I was like, what? I was trying to talk to her nice and like person. I was like, what do you think? I was like, what are you thinking? You can't leave with this. It's a case of beer. And she's like, well, they said I could have a drink. A drink? They didn't say you could have a case. Shorty was heading full steam to the trunk of her car with this case of beer. And I wouldn't be shocked if she went back in for another case.
That's ridiculous.
Needless to say, I don't think that this violinist is going to be playing any tunes at this venue anymore.
And that's what I said to you when you told me about this. I went, you can go and buy beer with the money that you made here. Why would you do something that short-sighted and stupid?
Oh, and then this violinist was out of control. I mean, she was an animal, because then the planner was like, oh, she goes, we had another issue with the violinist. She said she claims she never got paid. And so the planner had asked the mom, and she's like, no, we paid her. And now it's like, who do you trust? You can't trust the violinist who just tried to steal a case of beer.
You don't make a good case for yourself when you're stealing.
Yeah. Any goodwill we had for you went bye-bye with that case of Michelob. All right? We can't trust you. But then the violinist wanted to come back in and confront the bride and groom about her pay, and the planner wouldn't let her. It was out of control. I've never seen a violinist like this.
That also brings up a good point, something that we've discussed in the past about collecting your full payment before the actual event. And that's one thing. Actually, you know what's funny, and I hope I can transcribe this story as best as possible. We went out to dinner with a couple last week, and they told me that they went for their wedding. I didn't know this during their wedding. I found out about it, 2 months later. They said that they tried to hire a mariachi band, and they hit them up. They go, can you come and do our wedding? And the response was sort of like, yeah, we might be there. And it's like, we might.
What?
Do you want a deposit? Do you want to like secure this? No, we may show up. Kind of like, kind of like that. Fuck that. So they went and they hired another mariachi band, right? Gave them the deposit, had the contract, proper business. That mariachi band, the one that they had the deposit with, all that, shows up on the day of the wedding. The other mariachi band shows up on the day of the wedding.
Up.
So while we're trying to do families, that's why he had taken off for a little bit. I didn't know this until last week. He was dealing with that. He goes, no, tell the ones that, there was no deposit, tell them to go home. He's like, I feel bad, but this isn't how you do business. And I already paid this other, mariachi band. So going back to the original point with what you were saying about the violinist, take payment before, like we always do, at least 1 week before the wedding. That way, on the wedding day, we're not worrying about it. We're not worrying about, do we need to hold on to these images because somebody hasn't paid? Like, there's no nonsense. Payment is due at least, at the latest 1 week before the wedding. Most couples, since we've put that rule, they usually pay even a few weeks or sometimes even a few months before the wedding. But we don't do payment on the day of the wedding because it's taking a chance. Will they pay you or not?
Yeah. How dope would it have been if both the mariachi bands started to duel against each other, like dueling music at the same time, a competition? That would have been tight.
That's what they should have done. You know what I mean? So you're not getting paid anyway. You're here already. Just have fun with it.
That'd have been dope. A little dueling mariachi. Say mariachi again. I like the way you say it.
Mariachi.
Ooh, it moved. It moved. I liked it. I love a little spicy accent like that.
And that's a interesting thing. A lot of people, when I shoot a wedding, they have no idea that I speak Spanish. So like I'll wait to also, like, I don't use it until I absolutely have to, because I don't want people to know that I speak so I can understand what they're saying, just in case. You know what I mean? I'm over here listening. They don't know I'm understanding every single word. And then, halfway through, I'll break it out. It's like, I'm like, yeah, I wasn't born here. So yeah, of course. But I
like that. Yeah. So I learned this weekend, no more second shooting for me unless it's with you. That's probably about it. And I might second shoot for Tristan, the girl that I told all y'all not to follow, because her work is trash. But I'm playing Tristan. If you listen to this, I'm messing with you. It's not trash.
Tristan would probably also kind of open the door for you a little bit more to do some lead type of shooting. Like, for example, if you and I shot together, I would tell you, hey, if you see something creative, go right ahead. 9 times out of 10, I usually don't do that with my second photographers because we all have our role in our assignment. You know what I mean? But with you, since, we are both kind of, we're kind of leads. We've been doing it for a very long time. So like, I do trust that you might see something that's even more creative than what I'm seeing. So by all means, because if you do it, then the couple wins. Because now they're getting something super creative from you and super creative from me. Like with Greco, remember?
Yeah. That was fun. That was a fun wedding. So that's our weekends and any shenanigans that we've been up to. Today, though, we're going to talk about MagnetMod and how they, in my mind, have transformed the flash photography game, making things easy for you to create. I love the whole magnet system and just how they listen to photographers and give them the tools that they need when it comes to flash. Before we dive in, MagnetMod is essentially how I met you, really, back to that story on YouTube, because I was blown away by your flash photography. And I mean, you're a MagnetMod ambassador. There's a photo of you on the Magbox case. Oh, hold on. God, I keep fucking it up. Here we go. Hey, you're actually a MagnetMod ambassador, right?
Yes, I am.
The streets recognize that. They appreciate it. I mean, he's on the box of the Magbox, the original one. I don't know what the Magbox 2 looks like. You got it laying around?
No,
He looking spicy on this box too.
Dude, I'm not one of these dickheads that keeps boxes. Like when I get asked on like Craigslist if I'm selling something, do you have the box? I go, listen, I'll take off $2. That's how much a box is worth. I'm not keeping a shitload of boxes in my closet. You know what I mean? But what I was pulling up is in rangefinder, that's the one that they put on the cover of the Mag.
Yeah, there he is, right there.
They got my back, my good side.
Yeah, see, here's where we're different because I'm more vain. I would order 10 MagnetMod boxes, soft boxes, just to get the boxes with my fat face on them, and I would cut them out. I'd hang them up in different rooms. It would be a staple in the decoration in this place.
You know what I got? What do I got there? I got my boy. My little tankers.
Tankers. Check your speaking to the mic a little bit. Like, I'm not seeing it get past much of the green.
Testicle. Oh, I see it right there. Well, I see it going to like the yellow a little bit. I can turn it up a little.
Let's see.
There we go. I just don't want it to peak. Test. There we go.
Okay, I like that. Okay, that's better.
Hopefully it wasn't too...
No, but diving back into MagnetMod, that's what... it's kind of how I met Elmer. Like I said, he's an ambassador. For anybody who's listening who doesn't know what MagnetMod is, that's crazy. They have basically any modifier you can think of for your flash systems, whatever you're using. I've seen people use them on, what's that round flash, that Profoto, that expensive ass flash.
I think is it V1? I think something like that. How was it? Listen, we don't shoot Profoto because... No. I mean, I don't see the point in it, man. Like, why am I going to spend 2, 3, 4, 5 times as much when I can use a flash? There's an 8200 that I have, and that thing has been kicking ass for years, and I do not baby that thing. So, like, I just don't see the reason to buy Profoto. If you want to, you got the money for it, go for it. You know, I don't think there's anything wrong with it, but I think that you can get a lot done with cheaper equipment. And it's going to be no difference.
I mean, the prices of that shit is absurd, and I've seen people try to make cases for why it's worth spending 4 and 5 times the price of an 8200 for it, and it's like, you're out of your mind.
Yeah, I don't see it. Yeah,
you bought one, and because you don't want to look like a fool, you want to tell everybody why its light is superior to any other flash.
Like shooting Canon, right, with the colors.
Hey, we're positive today. We got MagnetMod to talk about. You know?
Let's get back to on a positive note. Okay, so let me explain, like, because I think when you started photography, MagnetMod was already out, right?
Yes, they didn't have. It was. I started with MagnetMod before they got the first Mag box, so it was spheres, grids, gels. Bounce, Snoot. That's what they had. Oh, and is that Monkey?
Yeah. So I was gonna say, no. It's the Tank. Tiny babies, go upstairs. Your mother just let you loose like this. Go upstairs. Sorry. So
they going wild.
When I was shooting with flashes, you don't know about this, but we used to buy like big sheets of like a CTO gel. Like, and it was literally like just like plastic, like a plastic bag basically, but it was a CTO, and you would cut them with scissors, and you would put Velcro on that side, and you would put Velcro on your flash. So then you would Velcro it together, and louder than that, when you're in the middle of a church, and it's like that shit wasn't flying. So when MagnetMod came out and introduced, pretty much the Mag Grid, the Mag Gel, like the basic stuff. Dude, I jumped on it immediately. And that's why I always say, like, even though we're in the ambassador program, like, even if we weren't, dude, I'd still be buying all this stuff because I understand the pain that we used to have versus how easy it is now.
Yeah. Yeah. And I haven't, I bought everything that I have from them. I have anything you can think of, we have already, right? I do need to get a new mag box though, because I tried Tristan's new one and I like it a lot. Like the new one, actually. The way it's got the diffuser just built into it, so you can just pull it out and zip it up. Like everything's just a little bit more compact. The first mag box I liked a lot, but this one even feels like it's had some upgrades in the materials. Like it's just. I had fun using hers the other day, so I think, and I've almost broken some shit off on mine. So I think it's about time for me to go ahead and step it up. But learning off-camera flash for a lot of people that are new to the game, it can be daunting and hard. So if you can make things easier for yourself using a system like MagnetMod has set up that's all magnetic, you get to, you put the what's the strap called? The thing that goes around the flash.
Mag grip. Is that the mag grip? We should know these things, but I'm pretty sure it's the mag grip.
We're talking about
what holds the
magnet,
actual
right?
modifiers onto your flash. Yeah.
Yeah. So you slap that thing on your flash, then you just have all their modifiers that you can just change. Slap a grid on there to limit light, a sphere to soften the light, CTO gels, mag gel. And that's what I like what they did with the new mag gels, that they put the magnets on the gels.
There's pluses and minuses for that. The plus is that it's a lot easier, it's a lot slimmer, it is an easier system, and it's smaller, it's lighter, all that. The thing with the other one is you could change colors with just one sleeve. So if you had a sleeve and you had different colors, you could switch them out. So there was a positive with that because it was more versatile to use just one thing. But I mean, realistically, we don't use too many colors. So, it's not really like a huge detriment on our end. For me personally, I only use like 3 colors. Like I'll use the CTOs. I'm not counting those as colors. So I use the creative orange when I really want like an orange when we do those silhouette shots. And then I also I have the teal and what's the other one? I think I have teal and blue. So kind of the colors that I have going on over here, with my video lights. But I just keep it very simple because I used to carry like a stack and it just gets a little overwhelming, like, so many colors. So, and also think about, color theory. If you use red, it looks aggressive. So we're not trying to look aggressive during a wedding day. You kind of want to tone it down. Warm orange, that's nice. Blue if you want to cool it down. But I try not to use too much red. I feel like it just looks
little satanic.
We don't need that in our lives.
No, we don't. We're good boys. But to kind of wrap up just that little intro on MagnetMod, like they just made flash photography easier for me. And just to be able to throw those small, and at that time, you're talking about a small modifier. Like it was nice to use a sphere and not have to bring an umbrella or anything like that if you don't have to. Like you could take a grid, a sphere and some gels and just go wherever the hell you want and just cook. And it just made it easier. And just slapping modifiers up on the magnets and they just stick there and stay there perfectly, and running and gunning. It made MagnetMod, for me, made photography off-camera flash easier. And that's why I enjoy it.
And on that note, with the sphere, what you were talking about, an umbrella and stuff like that, like if it's not windy and I have an assistant, I'll use an umbrella, I'll use a softbox, I'll use, bigger modifiers. But if it's really windy or I'm shooting by myself, the sphere, it's not going to be as soft as, a softbox or an umbrella. Of course, size makes a difference in how soft the light is going to be, but it's still going to be softer than a bare flash. So it's a nice alternative when it is really, because sometimes it's really windy out here. So it'll save you from, breaking your umbrella or losing equipment and stuff like that.
Yeah. So hit us over the head, man. How did you dive in with MagnetMod? Like where were you when you first learned a MagnetMod and how you got going using them?
Damn. You know what? I think I remember them from Kickstarter. So their first Kickstarter. I didn't buy it then because I wasn't sure and I was probably broke. But once, they started coming out with more like their with their system, on their website and stuff like that, I ordered it. And then just like every other brand that has sent us equipment, whether it's Sigma, Tamron, Tokina, like all these guys, one thing that I'm very adamant about is giving you something before I ask for anything. So if I send MagnetMod, a bunch of photos that I shot with their equipment, that's a lot better than saying, hey, I'm a photographer and I do off-camera lighting. Can you send me free stuff? Which, it sounds crazy, but a lot of dickheads out there are going to approach it from that direction. I never want to do that. I already have your equipment. Here's what I've done with it. If you have good use for it, please, by all means, go ahead and use it. If you want to credit us, that would be nice. But, at the end of the day, I'm sending this to you guys because what you brought to us has a lot of value. And the least I can do is give you guys something that you can use. And that's pretty much how it happened. I think I tagged them on Instagram. This was probably 2017, 2016. I tagged them on Instagram. I would send them a message here and there, like, hey, here are some photos that we took, blah, 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 and all that. And then, it just organically happened, like the ambassador program. I don't even think it was a thing yet. And then when it was, they kind of just included us in it. So it was, really nice.
Yeah. And, they're just really good people. I mean, obviously you've met Trevor probably many times. You and I met with him together that one time at WPPI, right when COVID was about to hit the country. Mm-hmm. He's just a sweet dude, and just the culture of the people that work for MagnetMod and the way they run things, they're so inclusive. They want you to they want you to submit photos to them. They want to share your work to show what MagnetMod can do for photographers of all levels. I mean, they're welcoming to people on Facebook. They want you to come on there. They want you to go on Instagram, contribute, and they'll share just the other day. And this is why I need them to share another photo of mine, because your boy's close to 8K. And they shared a photo, and I got 160 followers in 24 hours just from that one share. I need one more photo share, MagnetMod, because your boy is 10 away from 8K. Let's make this happen tomorrow. Trevor, if you're listening to this, baby, let's rock and roll.
Trevor, don't share his shit. This is Elmer talking. let's
Trevor, turn him down for this. You listen to me here. Yeah, one more. Let's do a photo today. I'm choking up thinking about it. Let's do a photo today and get Daddy to 8K. Let's get that trending. Hashtag get Daddy to 8K.
Oh my goodness!
But I say all that just joking, but also just to show, when they do share your work, there's benefits to it.
Yeah. I mean, there is definitely. I think meeting other photographers, sharing, seeing the different work that they put. Because sometimes you'll see something, and you're like, oh shoot, that. I've never thought about shooting a certain scene in that way, and it's good. It's good to immerse yourself with the style of photography that you do also. We can't look at hipster, photos and be inspired. It's not our style. We're never going to be that, you know what I mean? So seeing work that relates to us, it helps to kind of get those juices flowing when you're out shooting. You're like, oh, I wanted to try, this shot or this color, or this, maybe I'll have a gel with me that I've never played with.
Are you going to get any more boxes from them? Any more soft boxes?
As we were talking about it, I think when we get off of this, I'm probably going to order the new softbox and play with it. Maybe do a review about it because I haven't played with the new one, so I don't really know exactly what it brings. We've been using a little bit more soft lighting lately, so I think it would be a nice transition for this year to start playing with that.
Yeah, and they got that new 42-inch, but I could see that being great for studio work. I just don't see myself being out and running around in windy environments, shooting couples, needing that bigger box. Now, if I did more stuff in studio, then maybe it would serve me.
I was going to say also, you don't typically have an assistant with you when you shoot an engagement session, right?
No.
So that's a huge thing right there, because you're risking your stuff falling over with a bigger parachute, really is what it is. You know what I mean? So with a bigger modifier, you do run into that risk. So for me, I don't really use huge or bigger modifiers unless I have an assistant holding it, because I've had my stuff fall over before, and break, 8200s, both of them smashed.
God, that's a nightmare.
It wasn't fun. Yeah.
Especially if you're on location and it breaks.
Yeah, we were doing headshots that day, but luckily it was near the end, so at least I could finish. And I always have extra speed lights with me. So worst case, I know that I could pop those in and at least I'll be able to finish the job, but it still sucked.
Yeah, I think this week I'm going to order the new box and give that bad boy a run for that. I might have to retire the old one. I mean, it still works, but I have bent, because of what you just described with shit falling over, and I have bent some stuff on it. So it's not in the best condition at the moment, but I do want to get that new one.
You and I have very opposite ways of carrying equipment. because I'm looking for how can I carry the least amount of things. I'm actually going to go and pick up a Peak Design, the 6-liter, to see if I can use that for like, for example, this weekend I shot an event, a church event at the Honda Center, and
God bless you.
Instead of, thank you, instead of walking around with the bigger Peak Design bag, which I didn't need anything out of it, all I needed was one other lens. So to me, I go, if I can have the 6-liter, I can just, walk around with that, and it would give me more options to shoot with. But what I was going to say, since you carry the wagon, do you still carry the wagon? Is that thing still rolling?
It's still, it's still getting miles, man.
So I would say, why don't you have sandbags? Even just one.
Yeah, I
at least that way,
I like to gamble. I love to gamble and just roll the dice. Yeah, but you're probably right. I probably do need to get some sandbags, and especially at receptions. Like, I have some big, sturdy light stands, but you always get people running into them and shit like that. I would hate to like smash somebody and then have to use my damn insurance policy.
Right, exactly. Yeah. I mean, that's one of the reasons we don't really set up a room light unless it's like there's no color in the room whatsoever. Like, sometimes I'll put like either a CTO or Creative Orange to give some warmth to the background.
Yeah.
This is one thing. Let me throw some advice for photographers, or at least I think is good. I'll throw on like a warm light for the background, but I won't do colors, because you never know if like, a certain color that they really don't like, and now you're creating the background with a color that they hate, you know what I mean? That wasn't actually in the room. But a warm color, that could be like, just any room usually has warm light bulbs. So that's kind of like my safe point of where I can add a little bit of color to the room, but it's not intrusive where I'm introducing color that they may not like, generally speaking.
Damn, dog, you just dropped a gem on these people. Y'all better pick up that gem and run. Also, y'all, just to break topic for a sec, if y'all like what we're doing, screenshot it and share it. Share it. We appreciate the listens and the watches, but spread the word for us. Help us get out there a little bit more, because right now having just 47 of you bastards isn't enough. We gotta grow this bastard kingdom, and we need your help.
And we love every single one of you. Let me throw that in, because I didn't even know we had 47. I mean, listen, dude, we're 4 in, and we got to give more value before we can expect more of a return. So everybody, whoever, keep listening. We appreciate it.
Yes. God bless you guys. We do appreciate it. I'm just joshing around. Did you? How did you get that image of you on the MagBox box?
So they came to California to do like a behind the scenes video shoot with it, and actually the couple that's in the photo is Isaac from, you remember, North Carolina, my second shoot.
Yeah.
So him and his wife stood in for the photo. So we were just shooting, like behind the scenes video. They had the drone out, like, everything like was really nice. I had no idea that they were going to put me on the box. So when I was unboxing, like literally unboxing for YouTube, I was unboxing the box and showing it off. I went, oh shit. Like I had to point, and I'm like, I had no idea they were going to put me on it. So it was, a nice little surprise that they threw at me. So yeah.
I was angry with envy when I saw it. I was like, Nah, I'm playing. Nah, but it's another thing both of us have done, and I'll put the links in the video here. We both have done the How I Shot It with Trevor on YouTube on the MagnetMod channel. So y'all can check that out. Elmer's an ambassador. Your boy got to be one day. Got to be a shoo-in.
I mean, there is so much talent out there. There's so many photographers out there. It's like, it's just luck of the draw, in some ways, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's why I never feel entitled for us to have a space there. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's going to be a day where, they may take us off. It's not the end of the world. We're still going to continue doing what we're doing. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't change anything. But, the fact that they're still including us is great. But you just keep putting out work, keep putting out good work, give them value, all that. And, then you don't have to be kissing their ass, but like, give them something that they can use, and they have no choice but to respect what you do.
Oh, but you know me, I'm going to be kissing ass when it comes
100%. You're going to
be when it comes to stroking the egos of the brands that I like to use. I'm kissing all sorts of ass. I'm on the ground. I'm smearing big kisses on their asses.
Yeah, there's that approach too.
It's positive. Now, if you check Elmer's YouTube or my YouTube, I'm sure you're going to see a lot of videos of us using MagnetMod equipment and stuff like that. So you should definitely head off that way as well. I just think MagnetMod, I love it. I love the people. I love it as a brand, and it helps and makes my work better and easier on a wedding day. When you already have enough stress and things like that, it's nice to have a system where you can just quickly change things and not have to fumble around like the old school modifiers were. So if you're new into photography and you want to get into off-camera flash, you'd be playing yourselves if you don't go check out MagnetMod's website, look at all the tools they have. Local camera stores should have their products depending on where you live. I know mine do. I think they'll help you out, help you grow your business.
To cut you off, I think even Best Buy carries some of their kits. So if you're in a bind also, and like, maybe you lost something or, you lost some of your modifiers or whatever, I'm pretty sure some Best Buys carry them. So, there's always that option if you need to pick them up soon. But final note, I'm going to say about MagnetMod. I would say if you're just getting started with them, I would get the Mag Grip, obviously the thing that goes onto your flash, a grid, and a CTO. Realistically, that's all you need for your bare bones basic to get started. So instead of going out there and buying every single thing under the sun, I'll tell you from my own personal experience, the things that I use the most would be the grid, the CTO, and maybe the sphere. But those three things, definitely the grid and the CTO. Those two things will change the way that you shoot if you understand how to use them. The softbox, all that, like, it's great, but I think that could be something that comes later on.
Yeah, and they sell a really cool like starter kit that has the grip, the grid, the sphere, and white balance gels inside it. So like if I was just getting into the MagnetMod ecosystem, I'd pick up that starter kit and you would have everything you need to be rocking. As long as you got a flash in that starter kit, you can go out there and do some fly shit.
Yeah. But let's I know we've already gone on for quite a bit, so I know we had another topic of discussion. What was the other thing we were gonna talk about?
It was going to be about negative YouTube comments.
Oh yes. You want me to take the lead on this one?
These cocksuckers, I've had like 2 or 3 within like the last 2 weeks, and it's just hilarious. Like I couldn't imagine myself being that miserable of a person to take the time out of my day and watch a YouTube video, and if I didn't like it, actually leave a comment. You know how much better shit I have to do than to leave somebody a negative comment? Like one guy was like, 30 seconds in and I'm moving on. Bye, bitch. The fuck on out of here then. Bye. Another guy said something like, this was really boring. Then take your high energy looking for entertainment ass and get the fuck off my channel.
Here's the thing. Is the people that leave negative comments on YouTube, I think, are leeches. And what I mean by that is nobody that actually puts in work and has posted a video and understands how much work it takes to provide content for people who are not paying you, mind you. So nobody's paying me to post anything. I'm doing it because I enjoy it. I do it because some people appreciate it. I do it because sometimes I, make good connections like you and I met. That's why I do it. Nobody that actually puts in all that work is going to go to somebody else, another creator, and post some negative bullshit. When I get bored by a video, you know what I do? I keep moving about my day. I keep going, with my life. I don't sit there and whine like a little bitch and write something on somebody's video. I go and find something that I actually enjoy, and I'll leave positive feedback, and I'll, thumbs up the stuff that I like. When I don't like it, I just move. I don't even do the thumbs down. I just move on. Because who gives a fuck? Like, at least they did something and actually put the time to create something. Maybe you didn't like it, but that's on you. Go fuck yourself. Go find something else to do, asshole.
Yeah, I just don't get it. What type of person is going to take the time to do some silly shit like that? That's some beta shit. But yeah, they can.
So yeah, I mean,
I think this kid is still in there taking a shit.
It's been 40 minutes. This is a little concerning.
Are you in the bathroom? I don't know what kind of mess I'm going to be cleaning later.
Like father, like son.
Nah. I got some new equipment. I got a new equipment alert. Canon Rumors. Now, you tell me what you think about this. They are teasing a 24 to 105 2.8. Now,
No.
I know we said the Holy Grail was the 35 to 150, but this is getting you a little wider, but not as much reach.
Get the fuck out of here.
What we think?
No, as you're saying it, you're talking a whole load of bullshit. 24 to 105 can eat a ball bag. That's not doing anything compared to the 35 to 150. You know that at 150, you're getting that telephoto look. At 105, you're not getting that. It's still pushing. You're not really getting like a true telephoto, feel.
But and 24, Elmer?
24 is better. However, with the 35 to 150, we pair it with the 14 to 24. And the 14 to 24, you put that into crop mode. Now you're at 21 to like 36, something like that. So essentially you have from 14 to 150 or 225 if you go into crop mode on that at 2.8. So, there's no competing. And I'm not saying this just to kiss Tamron's ass. Who the hell, unless somebody comes up with like a 24 to 150 or 24 to 180 or some crazy shit like that. And that will happen eventually, because I would have never thought that a 35 to 150, 2 to 2.8 was ever going to exist. So we're bound to get that. A 24 to 105 is a range that we've had for 20 something years, at least, because they've had the 24 to 105 f4. And I bought that lens for Sony. And it was trash. I did not like, because it was f4. So I will say that, playing devil's advocate. I'm getting hot under the collar. Continue.
Oh. Dude, I'm just looking at the screen right now. My nose is big enough to smell tomorrow. Like, I just now, I don't know why it's not really registered. Look at the size of this thing.
Go on, turn to the side. Well, you know what? Yours is actually more straight. I got a hook nose, and I'm not going to turn to the side. But
I can smell what you're thinking right now.
Well, I got a big ass nose too, man. I don't know. It's not a big deal.
Damn, this thing big.
So handsome.
Thank you. I do think I'm going to pick up a Canon. I might rent it, the 24 1.4.
Continue.
That's all I had with that. I do want to, you know what? This video, I might end it with today with some footage of us sprinting from back in the day when we had a few bevies.
I did.
We
were
trying to break the land speed record here in Waxhaw, North Carolina,
with no shoes.
Was moving. What else you got? What you got going on this week?
Actually, we have a weekday wedding on a Thursday, which I freaking love, because you shoot a wedding on a Thursday, you still have Saturday and Sunday. You can book up other things, so that's nice. So we have a wedding on Thursday. Friday I have a proposal that I have to shoot, and then Saturday another wedding. That wedding actually is the person who referred the proposal on Friday, just like a week and a half ago. So that was very nice of her. And then Sunday, I think we have something else. See, I don't tend to use my brain that much. I just, like I said on the last one, I just look at my calendar. Actually, no, Sunday I'm off. Nice. Cool. Yeah. So that's it. And then, I have a meeting because I got to shoot for this college also, which is nice, simple headshot setup thing. Yeah. But what do you got going on?
I got some engagements, and then I had, my ex-wife complaining about wanting to know, what are you doing with the kids for spring break next week? And it's like, I got to wait and hear back from my tax guy to figure out what kind of spring break we're going to have. Disney World might not be happening. It might be Myrtle Beach. I don't know, but it's good. Oh, is the warden calling you? It looks like you're being summoned. Is that what I saw? I saw you give a head nod like, yeah, I'm almost done.
Scott, unprompted.
Oh, wow. You got served food unprompted. Top G. Man.
Well, I'm not going to eat while we're recording. I'll eat right after.
Okay, we're almost done. But y'all had called me earlier when I was out back smoking a cigar. But your Angelique was funny. She's like, "Oh, is it that kind of day?" Like, what y'all call
it? You look like a gangster. That's why.
Yeah, you damn right. So that's it for us this week, babies. Look at us coming in hard with a 50-minute podcast, a 50-minute slapper for y'all. So this will be out, tomorrow, April 4th. A nice little slapper. Y'all go on a long trip this week. Put the boys on, put the good boys on for a nice pod.
And here's, maybe we can ask, okay, we have a few topics that we have in mind. Let's see what people want to, leave a comment which one you want to hear first. One thing that we were talking about is the jack of all trades versus specializing. So when you do everything, or you just specialize and laser focus on one thing. Gear Diva, we kind of did that now with your lenses.
Yeah, I'm a bit,
Drunk couples, we already did that, huh? Oh, nice. We've gone through a lot of these.
Yeah, we did drunk couple.
Yeah,
we need more topics, y'all. Leave us some topics.
Gimmicky photo trends. That's a good one.
Yeah, we knew that one.
But we kind of did it too.
What did your queen bring you to eat?
I got some pasta with some meat, a little bit of meat. I went back on the meat train.
Oh, nice, very nice. Did she make that herself?
You need those carbohydrates to fuel.
Whoa. Wow. That's big, dude. See, I got to get a body like yours, Daddy.
Have some pasta. It's good for you.
Nah, because I just destroyed that leftover Greek, so I'm a little angry at myself.
Dude, you're
all right. Well, this is going to ramble on. Let me let you go so you can eat. Thanks for tuning in. We love y'all. Like, subscribe, comment, do all that stuff. But screenshot and share it with your audiences for us so we can get this thing growing and we can do more for y'all.
All right.
That's it.
See you next week.
Okay. Bye.